In the heart of England, where the forest stretched deep and wild, a legend was born, a name that would outlast kingdoms, wars, and even the kings themselves. Robin Hood, the outlaw, the hero, the man who defied tyranny with nothing but courage, wit, and a heart that beat for the downtrodden. His story wasn't just one of rebellion, it was a testament to the enduring spirit of justice. The world he lived in was cruel. King Richard, the Lionheart, had left England for foreign wars, leaving the kingdom in the grasp of his scheming brother, Prince John. Taxes bled the poor dry, and the Sheriff of Nottingham enforced the prince's will with an iron fist. For the common folk, life was a series of hardships, their sweat and toil feeding the greed of the elite. But even in such darkness, the human spirit has a way of finding its champions. Robin Hood, once Robert of Locksley, was born into privilege but stripped of it by betrayal. His lands confiscated, his title erased, his family shattered. He might have been a broken man. Instead, he became something greater. Driven into exile, he found freedom not in wealth or power, but in purpose. Robin understood something profound. Wealth and power corrupt only those who fear losing them. By giving away what he took from the rich, he became unshackled, unstoppable. "What good is gold," he would say, "if it cannot feed the hungry or bring joy to the weary?" In Sherwood Forest, Robin made his home, a sprawling realm of towering oaks and whispering leaves, a sanctuary for the lost and the broken. He was not alone for long. Soon, others found him, drawn to his courage and vision. Little John, a giant of a man with a laugh as big as his strength, once faced Robin on a narrow bridge in a test of wits and will. They fought, laughed, and became brothers. Friar Tuck joined next, a man of faith with fists as hard as his sermons were wise. "The Almighty blesses those who fight for the downtrodden," Tuck would declare, his staff crashing down on any who doubted. Will Scarlet brought sharp blades and a sharper tongue, a former noble whose charm belied a heart set on vengeance for the poor. Together they became the Merry Men, a band of outlaws bound by a single purpose, to right the wrongs of a broken land. Their legend grew with every daring raid. The Sheriff of Nottingham, a man who measured worth in coin, underestimated Robin time and again. One day it was the ambush of a tax caravan. Arrows flew like whispers of judgment, striking the caravan's wheels, sending guards scattering. Another day it was a feast at Nottingham Castle, where Robin and his men, disguised as beggars, walked boldly in, feasting on the food stolen from the people before escaping into the night. The people whispered of Robin's cunning, his skill with the bow, and his ability to outsmart even the cleverest traps. But Robin was more than a thief. He was a philosopher in green, a man who taught the world that true wealth lies not in possessions but in what we do for others. "A rich man's chest can be heavy with gold," he said, "but it is the weight of kindness that truly tests a heart." For the sheriff, this was an insult too great to bear. He sought to crush Robin, setting traps and offering bounties, but Sherwood was alive, a breathing labyrinth that protected its own. For every soldier the sheriff sent into the forest, 2 more deserted, lured by Robin's vision of freedom. "The law may say I am a thief," Robin told them, "but what law protects a child who starves or a farmer beaten for his last loaf of bread? True justice is born in the hearts of the brave." One night, word came of a great caravan carrying Prince John's treasure, a wagon groaning under the weight of stolen gold and jewels. The sheriff had placed his best guards on it, a clear trap. Robin, however, was not a man to shy from danger. The plan was daring. By moonlight, the merry men struck, arrows raining from the treetops like the judgment of a forgotten god. The guards, taken by surprise, faltered. Robin leapt from the shadows, his bow a blur of precision. Little John smashed through the ranks like a storm, while Friar Tuck bellowed blessings as his staff found its mark. Will Scarlet danced through the chaos, his blades singing freedom's song. When the last guard fell, Robin opened the wagon. Inside were not just riches, but documents, records of every unjust tax, every stolen piece of land, every family ruined by greed. Robin didn't just take the gold that night, he took the truth, spreading it like fire through the villages. "Know this," he declared to the people, "the power they hold over you is built on lies. Together we can tear it down." The sheriff's wrath was unrelenting. He laid traps upon traps, spreading fear to anyone who might aid Robin. But the harder he pushed, the stronger Robin's legend grew. "Fear is the weapon of the oppressor," Robin told his men, "but hope is the shield of the people, and hope is stronger." The final battle came in the depths of Sherwood under a blood-red sky. The sheriff, desperate to end Robin's defiance, led an army into the forest. It was a war of arrows and steel, of courage and sacrifice. Robin fought like a man possessed, his bow singing a hymn of rebellion. But even legends are mortal. An arrow, fired from the shadows, found its mark. Robin fell. As his life ebbed away, his men surrounded him, their faces stricken. But Robin smiled, his voice steady. "A man's life is fleeting," he said, "but an idea can live forever. You must carry it. Justice is not mine alone. It is yours and theirs and all who dream of a better world." With his passing, the sheriff thought he had won, but he was wrong. The people, inspired by Robin's sacrifice, rose like a tide. They fought back, not with weapons, but with unity, refusing to be broken. Sherwood became a symbol, not of an outlaw's rebellion, but of a people's awakening. Robin Hood's story did not end with his death. It became a fire in the hearts of the oppressed, a reminder that tyranny is never eternal, and that justice, like the forests of Sherwood, can never truly be tamed. For as long as there is greed, there will be courage. And as long as there are chains, there will be those who break them. If this video inspired you, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment declaring that you will never bow down to tyranny and will always stand for justice. If you want to hear more stories of wisdom from the Western world, be sure to hit that red subscribe button.